This is the story of Fosh, aka me, Kayvon Shervani. Wait, wrong picture? Wait. Okay, alright, now we're good. Alright, so I was born in Minneapolis, Minnesota on May 30th, 1995. For the most part, I was a pretty happy baby with an easy childhood. I like to eat, poop, sleep, burp, the usual. But then when I turned 2, my mom got a promotion that moved my family to San Francisco. Up to this point, I don't really remember Minnesota except for the fact that it was pretty damn cold. However, it was only 1 year that I lived in San Francisco until we decided to move to Irvine to live closer to my dad's side of the family, which is where I live now, the bubble. But for the most part, I've been a pretty adorable baby, and my parents are pretty lucky to have me in their lives. And my brother too, he was just jealous of my great looks. You can't deny it. I was so cute when I was on the toilet.
Okay, what's your name? How old are you, Kayvon? Inky. Baba. Inky.
Next up, we have my mommy, Mrs. Shervani. This woman is amazing, and I mean amazing. At first, she didn't seem too happy that I was born, but I think she got over that. This may sound cliche, but I was lucky that my mom was so caring and loving. What most people don't understand is that I am a mama's boy. I do everything I can to please her, just as she did for me. She always fought for what was best for the family, and I am forever grateful for her sacrifices. I could always count on her for support and for the attention that I so desperately needed.
I'm finna talk about my mama if y'all don't mind. I was 3 years old when you and I moved to the Chi. Late December, harsh winter gave me a cold.
Behind every successful mother is a great father, and this is my Baba. When I think of a hard worker and one who has made many sacrifices, I think of my dad. He came to this country at age 18 and knew nobody and nothing about the American culture, but he still made it to be pretty successful. This guy taught me what hard work and dedication truly is. Growing up, he was my best friend, a source of laughter that I could consistently seek when I needed it most. In all honesty, I have no idea how I would have turned out if I didn't have my dad for guidance. He truly is an amazing, caring, and genuine person. To both my mom and dad, I don't say this enough, but I love you guys both.
Could let you slip away without a second.
My parents were lucky to have 2 boys like me and my brother. It's oftentimes extremely difficult to put the relationship I have with my brother in words. Like most siblings, me and Borna fought often. He would beat me up more often than not, but I still fought like a champ. Growing up with Borna proved difficult at times. Me being the younger sibling, I always got on his nerves. But I was also jealous of my brother too. This jealousy then turned to admiration. Instead of being jealous of my brother, I started trying to be more like him. Borna was a natural genius and motivated me to work hard in school. But I guess that was what was unique about our relationship. Before high school, I sometimes thought that I was too cool for him and I didn't really need him. But now that he's off to college, I realized that I need him most. If I can go back in time and change one thing about my past, I would have enjoyed the time that I had with my brother, because nowadays I miss him a lot. The next part of my past comes from my elementary and middle school times. For the most part, I was a pretty awkward child, but I did have moments of cuteness. Life was not very exciting. During elementary school, all I really cared about was going to lunch and recess so I can eat food and play with my friends. As you can see, I was a pretty heavy boy, and to be honest, I'm glad I was such a chubster because now I get to look back and just laugh. We were all carefree at the time, which only paved the way for the transition into middle school. I was at an age where I wanted to grow up quick. I needed to slow down, and that's what I did. However, the years went by quick. Looking back, it's crazy to see how such a cute kid can turn into such an awkward beast and eventually into such a tool. A huge aspect to me today is basketball. Although it may seem as just a sport, basketball has taught me to never give up and put in all your effort. I was never really a gifted athlete, so I had to go out there every day and work towards my goal. Another important aspect basketball taught me were the relationships. Starting from freshman to senior year, I had developed a strong bond with my teammates, ones that I'll never forget, even to this day. Once a shy little boy, I was soon faced with the challenge of making new friends. High school was at first a big scary place until I realized that everyone was just a person. Sounds stupid, but this helped me make new friends. I was able to start putting myself out there and meet new people, some that I would never imagine meeting. Nonetheless, each relationship I've developed will never be forgotten. So thank you to all those people who helped make my years memorable.
I had a damn clue what was in store. And furthermore, even if I did, bruh, I'd do it all again, real shit, bruh.
Looking back, I would never see myself as the ASB type, and now it's weird imagining me not being an ASB. This class has taught me a lot about leadership and organization, but most important were the memories. Sure, being an athlete, student, and ASB member were difficult at times, but I have no regrets. Being an ASB forced me to come out of my shell and put me on center stage, even if it was calling freshmen out because they couldn't go to prom. Nonetheless, running for senior board was the best decision I've made. Through thick and thin, I can always look back and say that LA, Monica, and I made a kick-ass trio. To a lot of people at Beckman, I'm considered a tool. This may sound odd at first, but it's something me and my friends have embraced. What is a tool? Well, I don't really know, but what I do know is that my tools have been with me through the hard times. Whenever I need them most, I can always rely on them to have my back and be there for me. So here's a shout out to starting 5, Alex, Sean, Nick, and Tony. And another shout out to Wakatobo, Alex, Keon, Kevin, Andy, Justin, Mitchell, Brandon, and Alec. Thank you all for showing me what true friendship really means. More often than not, we hear about how a certain individual has changed. Well, the truth is, we all have changed in some way, shape, or form. Personally, I've changed a tremendous deal throughout my 4 years at Beckman. As I entered high school, my thoughts were consumed by how others viewed me. There were constant theoretical questions like, what if this happens? Well, I've learned to enjoy the moment because it seems like just yesterday that they were going over the syllabus in AP Lit. Each person enjoys their time differently, and I'm just glad I have such a great family and friends to spend my time with. As far as my future, next year I will be attending Chapman University and become a part of the Panther community. Despite all the nerves going through my body, I'm very excited to see what college has for me in stores. Here, I will study health sciences with the hopes and aspirations of one day becoming a physical therapist who deals in sports injuries, even those like Kevin Ware. I don't know who, but I have my hopes on meeting a girl like Kate Upton with the brains of Michelle Obama, and one day having a family as successful as mine. But hey, who knows what will happen down the line. As of right now, I'm just adding on to my story, chapter by chapter.